Isle of Sheppey, a small island in the UK just off the North Kent coast. It's a dump, my friend said to me. Don't go. There's nothing to see there. Well, I was determined to prove them wrong. So I've just had a phone call from work asking me if I'll go and cover in the Isle of Sheppey for the week. Now I've got to admit I've never been, so this is quite exciting. So I'm going to go on a little mission. I'm going to go and explore and find some awesome things to do on this tiny little island, and I'll report back to you. Before getting in a taxi to my accommodation, I decided to make the most of the good weather and take a little stroll. Sheerness seafront boasts a Blue Flag award-winning beach. Granted, it's shingle and not white sand, but it still held a certain charm. Unfortunately for me, it was high tide on my visit, and I didn't really get to experience it in its full glory. It was time for me to head back to my accommodation now. My taxi driver started telling me some interesting facts about the island, especially its aviation history.
Yeah, we're in the Leysdown, yeah? That's where the Shaw brothers started.
Oh, right.
That was the first aeroplanes on the island. Did you see the model of it? The model was in Eastchurch, actually.
He took me to go and see the model of the Shaw brothers plane and said there was an aviation museum nearby. I thought I may as well check it out.
Okay, welcome to the Eastchurch Aviation Museum. If you were standing where I'm standing, you'd be standing on the site of the first aviation factory on the planet. We had the early aviators here, and they say that this is the most famous picture in aviation history. The two guys sitting in the front are Orville and Wilbur Wright, J.T. Seymour Brabazon, Charlie Rolls as in Rolls-Royce, the three Short brothers, and other early aviation pioneers such as Hedges Butler, Professor Huntington and others.
Thanks for that, Peter. That was very informative. Now normally, this kind of stuff isn't my cup of tea, but I actually found it quite interesting and glad I stopped in. The museum was only a couple of miles from where I was staying, so I decided to walk home and take in the sights of the quaint village of Eastchurch. It's another beautiful day today. I'm really lucky the weather is definitely on my side this week. I've had a couple of tip-offs to go and check out an area called Leysdown, which is on the other side of the island. So I'm going to go and investigate down there today and go and check out the seafront. Leysdown-on-Sea is a traditional seaside resort on the east side of the Isle of Sheppey. Now, if it's amusement arcades that float your boat, then you're absolutely spoiled for choice. Along with the standard novelty and sweet shops that line the main road down to the beach, you'll also find a mini golf course where you can hone your skills and top up your tan. The beach itself is a Blue Flag award winner, and although again it's shingle, it's kept very clean and child friendly. I was told a few miles down there's also a private nudist beach, if that takes your fancy. Overall, a great day out with plenty to do. And when you're tired at the end of the day, you can always enjoy a nice frosty half pint out of a plastic glass, of course. I've jinxed myself about the weather. Today is miserable and rainy and horrible, and I plan to do a 2-mile walk to Minster Abbey and to see the Gatehouse Museum. So fingers crossed the weather will pick up and I won't get absolutely piss wet through, and I'll be able to get some good shots down there. Minster Abbey has been a place of worship for over 1400 years. It was originally founded as a nunnery in 664 AD and still retains some of the original stonework and features. The Abbey has a fascinating history, along with an interesting array of monuments. It's certainly worth visiting whilst you're staying on the island. Just next door to the Abbey is the old Gatehouse Museum.
Back from newspapers from 1897 in that corner.
Wow.
People come up here and do research, a lot of them.
Yeah, look at those old tellies. The Abbey and Museum are set on the highest hill in Sheppey. If you climb the old stone staircase, you'll see some impressive views of the island. The museum itself is filled with historical artefacts, from ancient fossils to old toys and uniforms. Don't forget to explore the village of Minster. It's got some amazing views, and grab some lunch in one of the traditional village pubs. Unfortunately, it's time for me to go. I've ran out of time. I've got to leave in the morning and I still didn't get a chance to do a couple of the things that I wanted to do on the island, but I will leave details of some extra activities you can do straight after this video. Now, if you have enjoyed this video at all or found it informative, please make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Drunk on Wanderlust. It's absolutely free to subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.